Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can figure out how much money you could make on Instagram as an influencer, and also some different types of profiles to use for examples, as well as a few different websites you can go to get your first sponsorship deals and other ways of monetizing your account. So what you can do is go to influencermarketinghub.com and look for their Instagram money calculator. So they actually have a tool here that will help you figure out how much you can actually earn on Instagram just by typing in your username. And so what you can do is, I'm going to use a few examples here. So the first example I'm going to use is Founder Magazine. So I know a lot of you are looking to create Instagram accounts but don't necessarily want to be, like a celebrity or want to be on camera all the time. You're looking for kind of a more low-key way of doing things. Founder Magazine is a great example of a account that has 3.3 million followers, and pretty much they've built their entire account just on doing quotes. So this is a cool example for someone who may not be, someone that wants to be on camera all the time but can still make a lot of money off of Instagram. So I'm going to use Founder and their username as an example. Click enter, and then it will give you some of the numbers here. So it'll tell you average likes, about 3 million followers, engagement rate, estimated earnings per post. So you're looking at, if you did a sponsored post with a brand, like it could be just about anyone. If you're into sports, you could do, say, Nike or whatever. Obviously that's a very large brand, but it depends on the type of profile you have. Smaller businesses will also reach out to you because they're trying to get their name boosted. They're trying to get more clout for their brand as well. So sometimes you might have bigger brands do sponsorships for bigger Instagram accounts, and then smaller businesses that are trying to get on the rise will do it maybe with more niche Instagram accounts. So you're looking at, if you got one sponsorship deal a week, you could get $6,000 to $11,000 per week with a profile like Founder. That was literally built on just doing quotes about business. So you also see audience interest, finance and economics, luxury, business, and careers. So let's look at another type of account. So let's say you wanted to build an Instagram account and you wanted to go more on the comedy side. You wanted to do memes. Again, you don't have to be on you don't have to be someone who's very big on, being a beautiful person or a celebrity to make a lot of money on Instagram. You can literally just post memes on Instagram like this brand does. You don't even ever see the person who's running this. You don't ever see their face. You don't even know who's in charge of this account. And they have 23 million followers. So if you use that account, you paste the username here, click enter, you'll see that they can make $46,000 to $77,000 per estimated earnings on their posts. So you see 23 million followers, 255,941 average likes per post, 1.1% engagement rate. Machinery and technology, computer and gadgets, as well as science are the main audience interests. And then you can also, if you get the full report here, they'll tell you more about demographics of, what age, what gender, language, all that stuff, where people are located, all that stuff for your Instagram profile. And so get another example. So let's say you want to build an Instagram profile and you're pretty artistic, but you still want to kind of stay off camera. Well, there's a profile I found called the Kaiza that's really cool for, custom cars. He basically uses Photoshop and is very good at it to create body kits for custom cars. And he gets tens of thousands of likes per post. And he hardly ever posts pictures of himself. Just every once in a while he might. So if you want to do something like a Photoshop related Instagram account, you can look at this and earn $2,500 to $4,300 per sponsored post. And it's nice because they tell you kind of what ballpark range you could actually charge realistically. And then how many followers, likes, engagement rate is really high on this one, 5.27%. Luxury, cars and motorcycles, machinery, and technology. Now, if you do want to be on camera, you can do more like fashion-based posts, or you can curate fashion posts from other models and things like that. Or, you could use your design skills maybe to create different fashion photos without having to be the star of the show. Just depends on how you want to do it. But if you want to create a fashion profile, which is very popular on Instagram, I'm looking at one that's not necessarily one of the biggest ones out there, but it still has quite a few followers, 324,000 followers. Fiona Zanetti, which I believe is also a DJ, but she does a lot of really popular fashion posts as well. So for this type of profile, you see that average likes 6,500, 324,000 followers, 2.02% engagement. You're looking at $967 to $1,600 per sponsored post. And again, it's going to vary how many of these you get per week. The more, active brands you're working with, the more repeat brands you're working with, obviously the more you can get per week. But modeling, fashion, lifestyle is the kind of stuff that she specializes in. And then another type of popular Instagram profile category is travel and photography, things like that. So if you want to do something like this, you create a profile and it really kind of took off, but it's not necessarily one of the biggest ones, but I used this example called Ben Jam, 498,000 followers. You see lots of travel related photos on here, and you can go to the Instagram money calculator, type in a username. You're looking at $1,400 to $2,400 per sponsored post for nature and landscapes, winter sports, travel categories. That's kind of what the audience interests are for this one. 0.62% engagement rate, which is one of the lower ones of the ones I've covered. 3,000 or so likes per post, but still able to charge pretty good money per post. Like if you did one a week, you're still making really good money. So now I'm going to show you a few different tools where you, once you know your numbers and you know what you're aiming for, you know what your profile is built for, you can go to these particular websites to start earning money. So to get sponsored posts, one place you can go to, if you're not getting people emailing you and stuff yet, you can go to ifluenz.com and just click I am an influencer and then create an account here. This can help you get matched with different brands that are looking for certain types of profiles to do sponsored posts for, and then you can get paid for each post. Another one is shoutcart.com. Shoutcart is if you do shout outs and get paid for that. So it's kind of a different way of, instead of a brand having you do a sponsored post endorsing a product or service, it's basically you're endorsing another profile instead. So you can get paid to do that and use your Instagram numbers that you got from Influencer Marketing Hub here to figure out how much you can charge for something like a shout out or a sponsored post. But one of the main things you want to do is have a link to your page where these brands can find you their way. So the old-fashioned way of getting sponsors is just to create great content, and there's people out there for all these different brands looking for talent on Instagram with an audience that's geared towards the type of product or service they're selling. And usually they'll want to see your numbers when they look at a profile like yours. So you can go to canva.com and create a free account and then search for media kits in the search bar. So a media kit template is something you want to use, and you can also just create your own, just have a dedicated place on your website, but it'll look something like this. So this is just like an example of a template that you can just edit yourself and put on your website, and then it will tell you obviously demographics. It'll tell you things like your average likes per post, how many followers you have, your engagement rate, what your audience interests are. It'll also be good if you got the full report. If you're going to really go and dive into this and try to make money at it, you'll want to know age, gender, language, location of your audience, things like that. And then you want to use these numbers as kind of a ballpark estimate of what you charge. So that's kind of how you can do this. A lot of influencers are of course going to be contacted directly through Instagram, and you can also use a Linktree account. So you look and you see some of these profiles like Linktree for Ben James, you see Linktree for Fiona Zanetti. So a lot of these influencers now use something like Linktree. When you click on that, it'll have links to all of their different brands or all of their different, it might have a link to their merch page, a link to their media page where sponsors go to hire them. It have a link to whatever, maybe their podcast or whatever. So this is kind of a way where you can put all of that in one link, and you can use Linktree to do that. But those are a few things you can do here. Again, first, you need to build your profile and get an idea of what you're going to do, and then you can get your numbers using the Influencer Marketing Hub Instagram Money Calculator for free. They'll tell you how much you can charge for a sponsored post, And then you can also do things like shout outs. Then, of course, you can monetize using your own products, your own services, affiliate links, all sorts of other stuff that I've covered in other videos. Hopefully this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you want more daily videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.